Hello, and welcome to another edition of Life at the Lake of the Ozarks. As the summer winds down and schools are back in session, the Lake of the Ozarks' biggest boating event is about to happen. The Lake of the Ozarks Shootout has become more than just a week-long event, bringing some of the world's top race boats to the lake, reaching speeds of over 200 miles an hour. There are over 8 exciting events that now go along with the actual high-speed race, not to mention the numerous charities that benefit from the shootout. Let's take a look at what this event is all about.
Of course, it's such a great environment, and it's in the center of the country, and a lot of the racing events, are at very small venues. They're out on the ocean where it's really rough, and there's not a lot of places for them to stay, and that's what's so unique about the Lake of the Ozarks. I mean, there's so many restaurants and resorts and motels and lots of things for people to do. They bring their families here, whereas you don't really see that at a lot of the other boating events.
Well, yeah, as far as the shootout goes, I think, as I said, it has really grown, and it's I think a financial asset to the whole lake area and the community.
Basically, there was 4 fire departments that put on the event. They furnished all the manpower to put on the event. They did everything, and it was Osage Beach, Lake Ozark, Gravois Mills, and Sunrise Beach, and they provided everything, to run the entire thing. And Jeff Dorhauer and that crew and just did a fantastic job of putting on this. And it was a lot of work for those 4 fire chiefs, and especially for Jeff being the lead guy.
It started as a small event, as a bragging rights event, which it's still touted as today, and it still is. But it was a bunch of local boaters that wanted a safe way to see whose boat was truly faster. And naturally, when we talk about safety in an event like this, it was natural for the fire department to have involvement in this.
I remember I was playing in the nightclub down there as their DJ, and Fran Steingruby, who owned the property at that time, he liked fast boats. Of course, we all did. And I think it was Fran that actually came up with the idea. I don't really remember who it was, actual idea, but I believe it was Fran. And Fran went to the fire departments and contacted them and see if they would be interested in it. Well, Osage Beach jumped right on it, and we started out the first year, and I had my sound equipment in there. Well, for the first several, I couldn't even tell you how many shootouts, we would just roll my sound equipment outside and start talking about it.
By luck, I think, it's grown to what it has. We met people like David Scott that introduced us through his marina to Powerboat Magazine. And Powerboat Magazine was big in giving this event some national spotlight.
Basically came to the Lake of the Ozarks with a friend, and one of the, back then, this was probably 18 years ago or so, performance boat went by, and we were sitting at a restaurant on the water, and I said, what was that? Because I've always raced as a hobby, one form or another. And so that night we went down to what used to be Shooters, and they had several of the V-bottoms there on the display. The guys were out, and they had their hatches open. I saw the supercharged big blocks, and I said, wow, I've got to have one of those. So that's how it all started. I bought my first fountain, and then when I got into my 42 fountain, I heard about the shootout, and I thought, well, we'll go give that a try. It is one of the largest, if not the largest, unsanctioned event that I'm aware of, and especially where you have speeds and performance at levels that are extremely high.
When I'd be at races, yeah, we're from Missouri. They got water there. They got lakes big enough to. I was like, you don't even understand. Lake of the Ozarks is where it's at, and the shootout's where it's at.
As you can see, there's still a lot going on at the lake, and I encourage you to visit and enjoy some of these great events. As always, you can go to lakehappens.com for more events at the beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Until next week, we'll see you on the lake.
This Lake of the Ozarks weekly update brought to you by PEP Waterproofing and Foundation Repair.